Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure that you'll agree that we have witnessed a fantastic final. Would you put your hands together one more time for Naomi and Petra? There was so much on the line tonight, including the world #1 ranking, and the way they went about that match was just scintillating. Joining us on the stage here for the presentation is the Tennis Australia President and Chair, Jane Herdlicker, Chief Executive Officer of ANZ, Mr. Shane Elliott, and with him, one of our tennis hotshots, Elizabeth Richardson. And it's been 5 years since she won the Australian Open and gave us one of the most memorable speeches in the tournament's history. And she'll be presenting the Daphne Ackhurst Memorial Cup here to the champion tonight. Would you please welcome back onto Rod Laver Arena, Lena. Also joining us are the tournament director, Craig Tiley, and the tournament referee, Wayne McEwen. I'd like now to invite Tennis Australia's President and Chair, Jane Herdlicker, up to say a few words.
What a great finish to an extraordinary 2 weeks of women's tennis here at the Australian Open, culminating with the fight of fight amongst two of the world's most inspiring young women. And unfortunately, tonight, there could only be one winner. So congratulations to Naomi and Petra. Despite an unbelievable match tonight, overcoming some serious challenges in your life over the past several months and years, you have delivered tonight an inspiring finish, and unfortunately you go home without the title, but you're a champion, and that's clear to everybody here tonight. And Naomi, congratulations, your second Grand Slam in 5 months. What an extraordinary result. Amazing job. You inspire young women around the world with the combination of your humility, your tenacity, and the deep grit you take with you on the court every time you step up. Congratulations. And a few very important thank yous. First to Craig Tiley, who is without a doubt the most exceptional tournament director in the Grand Slam world. So thank you to Craig. And thank you to the 10,000 strong team members across the Australian Open. You've all done a phenomenal job bringing the very best of Australia to the world, and you have a lot to be proud of tonight. And to the Victorian government, 30 years ago, you had the inspiration and vision to develop Melbourne Park. And you've had the ability to continue to invest behind ensuring we have some of the world's best facilities to ensure we can put on for the world one of the best experiences in Grand Slam tennis. Thank you very much. And to all of our partners, we really wouldn't be here tonight without you. There are too many of you to name individually, but we're deeply appreciative of all that you do for us, and it makes such a difference for tennis across the country, as well as our ability to hold such a great event tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jane. Don't go away, because we'd like you to present a special memento to our chair umpire for this women's singles final from Sweden, Louise Azamar Engzell. Thank you, Jane, and thank you, Louise, and congratulations on a great job. I'd now like to ask our ANZ Shane Elliott and our hotshots Elizabeth Richardson to present the check and the runner-up trophy. Albeit she's a two-time Grand Slam champion, few have captured the heart this week, quite like our runner-up. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together one more time, please, for Petra Kvitova.
Hello, everyone. It's crazy. I can't really believe that I just played final of the Grand Slam again. So, it was. Thank you. It was a great final. Well done, Naomi. Where are you? There. To your team as well. You really played well, and congrats for being #1 as well. It's a great tournament, so for me it's a big honor to hold this beautiful trophy as well. It's been a while to be in the final for me, and of course I need to thanks to my family and friends back home, who for sure they were really supporting and watching the match. I want to say thank you to everyone who made this possible, to Craig. It was a great tournament, great event, and I always love to come back and play in front of you guys. And to my team, thank you for everything, but mostly thank you for sticking with me, even we didn't know if I would able to hold the racket again. You were there every single day, supporting me and staying positive for me, which I really needed. It's probably wasn't really easy, so thank you so much. And of course, thank you to all of you who came to support us, and hopefully we'll be healthy and see you next year.
Petra, the tennis world is thrilled that you're back, and you can feel the love in this stadium and all the way around the world. Congratulations tonight. Well, she cemented herself as a superstar in the world of tennis. She was the US Open champion in September. She becomes the Australian Open champion here tonight. And on Monday, she becomes the world #1. Ladies and gentlemen, your Australian Open Women's Singles Champion for 2019, Naomi Osaka.
Hello. Sorry, public speaking isn't really my strong side, so I just hope I can get through this. Huge congrats to you, Petra. I've always wanted to play you, and you've been through so much, and honestly, I wouldn't have wanted this to be our first match. But yeah, huge congrats to you and your team, and you're really amazing, and I'm really honored to have played you in the final of the Grand Slam. And sorry. I want to thank you guys for coming and watching. Thank you. It's really hot all the time, so honestly, Oh, thank you. Even though it's really hot, you guys still come and show support, so I really want to show my gratitude for you. And then thank you to Craig, the tournament director, the ball kids running around in the heat, the umpires, the volunteers, everyone. You make this tournament possible, so I want to thank you guys too, and thanks to my team. I don't think I would have made it through this week without you guys, and behind a tennis player is always a team, and I'm really grateful, so thank you guys. I read notes before this, but I still forgot the rest of what I'm supposed to say. Just thank you, everyone, and I'm really honored to have played in this final, so yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Naomi. Go grab that trophy. Well, that's the women's singles final for 2019, everybody. Tomorrow night, it will be the men's turn. Naomi and Petra are going to take some photos down here. Naomi will then go around the stadium so everybody in here tonight can get their memory. But would you put your hands together one more time for both these women for a magnificent final?
Well, a lovely celebration of Naomi's success, always well hosted by Todd Woodbridge, and a classy end to what has been a super competitive women's draw, as they will be, I think, for the foreseeable future as well, Casey. Women's tennis is in a great place. It's got a lot of winners out there, people that have won majors, which is always encouraging when you get to the back end, knowing that you can get over the finish line if you're given the opportunity, but also a whole host of players right now that will be looking on here feeling as though at some stage they've got the capacity to win one of these 4 major trophies as well.
Certainly is an exciting time for women's tennis. There is your new #1. Amazing to think how far she's come. US Open title, and then now backing up here at the Australian Open, but so much respect between these players. You could hear it there in their speeches, how grateful they both were to be out here playing tonight. As you said, I'm sure a lot of females watching back home, players thinking that they might one day have this opportunity as well. It was a really good match, it honestly was. It was an exciting match, it was enthralling. The crowd loved it, and I'm sure everyone else around the world thoroughly enjoyed that final.
She's just got that intangible, that X factor. She's got something that appeals on so many levels to so many different people, and that is why she is already a global superstar, but she is going to continue that particular trajectory because of the winning she's doing as well. I don't want to use the phrase meteoric rise, because that would suggest there's a certain amount of brevity about it, because that is what meteors do, and they tend to be fast but on a downward curve and explode. But she is very much on an upward curve that is going to be sustained for an incredibly long time as well.
She has the X factor on the court, and she's got it off the court as well, which is refreshing. She's young, as you said, she's on the rise, and she's going to be around for a very long time. The world is her oyster.
Doesn't look like she's going to get distracted by her immense power that she will possess now as well, in terms of obviously what is coming her way. She's already obviously got a fairly decent taste of that after the US Open, but we've said it before, her consistency since New York has been magnificent. 5 out of 6 events she's been to the semis or better, back-to-back majors, and from that point of view it seems as though herself, along with her team, Sasha Bajan, deserves an awful lot of credit for what he's managed to achieve there in creating an environment for a very young player who may have the maturity on the tennis court to thrive.
Yeah, Sasha can take a lot of credit for that. I had a quick chat to him during the WTA finals after she had won that US Open title, and he was even amazed at her ability to be able to take it all in and not be overwhelmed too much. She played in Singapore, but he just said she was so prepared to get back out on court and continue to develop parts of her game, which you can see has paid off with all those finals she made after the US Open and the title here.
Abdul Silla, who was in the box as well, a fitness coach, also deserves some credit. She's gone the distance. She continues to rack up some impressive stats in deciding sets in majors as well. And of course 60 match wins from being a front runner as well in terms of winning the first set. She's got it all. She's got durability, she's got dynamic movement, and she's got explosive skills, and yet most of all, and all the great champions had it, she has that desire and will that even when the odds are stacked against her and it looked like an improbable victory having lost the second set, she rose to the occasion and was simply impeccable.
And she's also now got the reputation in the locker room from her peers of all of that. So when she walks out on court, especially that 60-match winning streak record, I mean, the players are going to start to talk about that, know what type of front runner she is and how hard she is to beat when she gets that first set under her belt. Just doing her lap of honour. She's a very calm, natured, there's clear excitement for her, but she's got a real calmness about her as well.
Sure, she's a little emotionally drained, as much as this is another pinnacle, and there'll be many more that she is able to have throughout the course of her career. The manner in which this one was achieved will certainly have taken a fair bit out of her, and I'm sure arguably she would quite like to get away for a moment and just reflect on what she's just achieved. I remember Boris Becker winning here. He left the stadium court, ran out through the tunnel into the car park to have a moment to himself. I think he also went to world #1 at that particular juncture in his career as well, and just wanted some time on his own to kind of soak it all in. And obviously she will be inundated with requests for the next few hours, and tomorrow morning she won't have a lot of sleep, but she's 21, she doesn't need a lot of sleep.
You're invincible when you're 21, and I think this one will be slightly different for her in terms of experience is because there was so much that overshadowed her win at US Open. There's no doubt about that, and there's no denying that. But this one was different. She had to work super hard for this. She had to regroup. I think, like you said, she's going to need some time to reflect upon what has just happened and the fact that on Monday she goes to #1 in the world. It's all a lot to take in, but if anyone can do it, I've no doubt Naomi Osaka is going to be able to.
Her father, who saw Serena and Venus at the 1999 French Open, said that he was going to follow their blueprint. It was already done by Richard Williams, he said, and he has produced a champion as well. That is quite remarkable. Of course, she does have an older sister as well, who she played competitively against. She's got perseverance. Took her 12 years to beat her older sister, who is also playing. One wonders if their story will have another remarkable chapter with another champion as well. But for now, it is Naomi Osaka's night here in Melbourne, champion of Australia.
Thank you.
Thanks, Vicky. Everybody clear from behind, please.